What is going on, Summoners? We're back here today with another Champion Deep Dive. Today, we're talking about the king of the vampires. That's right, we're talking about Dracula. Dracula's vampiric blood provides him immunity to heal block, but against silver champions, he suffers minus 25% regen rate. Dracula strikes terror into the very souls of mere mortals. As an attacker, at the start of each fight, he inflicts a Dgen passive, lasting for 666 seconds. This Dgen is unaffected by ability accuracy and scales with base attack only. Now, when charging a heavy attack or interrupting any attack with a light, this Dgen becomes dire, increasing its tick rate by 666%. It remains dire as long as Dracula continues attacking or while a striker or striker opening is active. Now, when hitting the opponent's block with a basic attack, Dracula gains an invisibility buff for 2 seconds. This will not re-trigger if it's already active. And if this invisibility causes an attack to miss, or if Dracula is struck while it's active, it goes on cooldown for 12 seconds once it ends. During his special attacks, he regens 0.5% of his max health per second. This regen's tick rate is increased by half of his Dgen's tick rate. Also, every sword hit during his special attacks nullifies a buff on the opponent. If a Fury buff is nullified, Dracula steals it to gain a Fury buff of his own, with twice the potency until the end of the special attack. Driven by bloodthirst, Dracula only benefits from half the potency of the Mystic Dispersion Mastery. But after a buff on the opponent is nullified, he inflicts a bleed passive for 3 seconds. Now, on activation of the special 1, he inflicts a slow passive for 40 seconds. With the special 2, his Dgen becomes dire, increasing the tick rate by 666%, but if the Dgen is already dire, the tick rate is increased to 1200%. Additionally, each bat hit inflicts a fear passive for 60 seconds. This can be inflicted through block. With the special 3, Dracula re-inflicts his Dgen passive as well as a power steal passive, stealing a bar of power over 30 seconds. And at the end of this attack, he inflicts a bleed passive for 3 seconds. If the opponent is below 30% health, this bleed gains 1260% potency based on their missing health. When Dracula is awakened, and as an attacker, when his opponent's unblockable, evade, or unstoppable effects fail due to reduced ability accuracy, he inflicts a bleed passive for 3 seconds. Also, when awakened, Dracula gains increased attack rating, scaling with sig level for each armor break he's suffering from, up to a max benefit of 5 armor breaks. So, now that we know how he works, if you happen to run into a defending Dracula, be on the lookout for that invisibility he gains when striking your block, making it difficult to find an opening. Additionally, anytime a buff is nullified, he inflicts a bleed passive. So be sure to get out of the way during his specials, and be on the lookout if Dracula is placed on any nodes that give him extra access to nullify. Also, his specials inflict different effects on activation. His special 1 inflicts a passive slow, so don't expect to evade or go unstoppable. And that special 2 inflicts a passive fear, so don't get too frightened, but don't plan on going unblockable. Now, let's take him out for a spin in the champion rotation. To begin, strike the opponent normally to build up some power. While building up to your special 2, work in some intercepts to make his Dgen dire, and slow your combos to maximize the time while the Dgen is ticking fast. Don't worry if the opponent won't let you intercept. You can strike their block to gain his invisibility buff, and to quickly interrupt their counter with your light to dire up that Dgen. Then, combo into the special 2 to take that crazy damage and double it even further. If the opponent isn't already knocked out, try to land an intercept, slow down that combo, and use a striker to keep the Dgen dire, then combo again into a special 1 to finish it off. Now, if you're in a longer fight and you're worried about that Dgen expiring, you can use his special 3 to reapply and keep your opponent constantly ticking down. And hey, don't forget, Dracula's special attacks inflict passive effects. If you're up against an unstoppable opponent, you can use that special 1 for that 40-second slow passive. Or you could finish strong with his chilling special 2 to apply that fear, turning off that pesky unblockable. Either way, use your toolkit wisely and make that Dgen tick. Thank you for watching this champion deep dive for Dracula. And hey, if you liked the video and want to see more, click subscribe, like, comment, and share. And if you haven't already, join the official Marvel Contest of Champions Discord and come discuss. And remember, we'll see you in the Battlerealm.